Good evening, Gooners. Welcome back to the booth. It's been a while. We know me and Wayne decided to take a couple of days because our blood pressures were all over the place after last Sunday. But good evening to you all. Please hit that like button. Please hit that subscribe button. It is the Arsenal Burnley preview. Good evening, Wayne. How are you, mate?
Yeah, good evening, Tone. Yeah, I'm feeling my age, mate. For plus 10 years, as I said in a little preview I put onto the channel the other day. Yeah, mate. Honest to God, dude, I was struggling. I was struggling, Tone. I've obviously, I got a bit of time to catch up on your video, and
I
what you were
apologize
saying.
for scaring
Listen,
Kantoku in advance.
listen. I mean, you had that. I had that with me dad. Excuse me.
It was stressful.
Yeah,
It was
it
stressful.
was. It was. I mean, I've not had no end of it. I mean, I've had it today. Been out
West,
just with the
West Ham
family,
supporters, yeah.
some West Ham supporters today as well, but also throughout the week at work and stuff like that. And listen, I get it because you're they're battling relegation, but we've had decisions go against us, and you can see there's an impeding on the goalkeeper time. But we've had decisions that have been absolutely ridiculous, and there's so many that there's no point in going over them again. But we've had so many, so it's about time something went in our favour.
I was thinking the same. Do you know what? And I've had loads of debates with people, obviously not Arsenal supporters,
Yeah, yeah,
about the two fouls leading up to it. Um, I'm looking at them going, do you know what? I agree with you. They're fouls, right?
yeah.
However, what about the last 37 games? Right, not just
Right.
Arsenal games. I'm watching other games. Let's go random Brentford versus West Ham, right? Or West Ham or Everton, right? Whenever there's a corner, there's grabbing going on. There's players getting thrown on the floor. If you're giving them as fouls, then the consistency goes out the window. And I do admit, I've got asked, "Oh, Arsenal been doing it all season." No, we haven't.
No.
We've been doing what everyone else is doing. You're battling to get to the ball, right? And yes, if you're looking at it, it is a foul because you're basically wrestling each other. That is a bigger problem that's got to be picked up for next season. They've got to officiate that better. And I mean,
Yeah.
maybe if you give a few penalties early on, maybe it stops. But yeah, I've seen Gab's been thrown on the. Someone's
No
literally
one,
thrown him
no
on the
one says,
floor.
no one
So
says anything about that, Tone, because it's Arsenal. And I mean, grappling in the box, those fouls, which I mean, I agree with you by the way. And obviously, you can say, obviously, if you're looking at, oh, look at Arsenal. I mean, I've had that all week, Bones.
Wayne,
Um, you know,
on the goal, sorry mate, on the goal as well.
cool, mate.
If that's Arsenal scoring that goal against West Ham and Havertz puts his arm in front of the keeper or he stops keeper from jumping, that goes to VAR. And I said that on the watch long, and I'll say it again. I'm sitting there going, "Oh fuck, that's not going to get given."
Yeah,
Because
I
you
mean,
can't touch a
exactly.
goalkeeper. You can't impede a goalkeeper at corners. It's always been a rule.
The thing is as well, what people do fail to realise with that passage of play is obviously they're saying, oh, look at the tug. I think it was Trossard, Declan Rice was a couple to name a few. Havertz at the front far post was getting pulled back by Soucek. Yeah, if you look at the fouls, they were looking at it in terms of the timing of the fouls. So the moment the goalkeeper's fouled, the tugging in the box was deemed by VAR and also confirmed by, even though he's been an absolute tractor as the head of VAR. I can't remember his name again, Tone. But the guy, you know what I'm talking about. He used to be ex-referee and the head of and he said the same thing. The foul on the goalkeeper, you can't do this to the goalkeeper. He's getting pulled by a second player. It's a foul. And the sequence of fouls were that the goalkeeper was impeded impeded afterwards. And no one has even looked at the fact that Soucek was pulling Havertz down prior to even,
Yeah.
and then David Ray is it. So you're looking at succession of fouls. Oh, look at that. And all the West Ham fans are going, oh, this is a foul. Look, he's holding him, blah, blah, blah. Listen, the only thing they can pull on an Arsenal player for the foul is when I think it was Ben White pulled the glove of the Leicester goalkeeper the other year, and it was given a foul. Not one Arsenal player. They go, no, they're standing in the way. Right. So is any Arsenal player in any sequence that everyone's bringing up about Arsenal impeding goalkeepers, Tone? Have a look at them, mate. there's not once where Arsenal players are holding the goalkeeper's arm or pulling him. They are standing in the goalkeeper's way, but as a goalkeeper, you have to be stronger and push him out of the way. People are not realising that David Raya, and I think I said it in one of my little 7-minute sort of breakdown tone, and I will say it again on this video, is that if David Raya is being impeded like that, but the ball is nowhere near him, right? It goes over him. Yeah, if he doesn't touch that ball and he's nowhere near, he's gone up for it, it's gone straight over his hands anyway, I would say it's not a foul, it's a goal, right? Because he's not got nowhere near it, regardless of being impeded. Yeah. This ball, he had it, and he would have had it under control if he wasn't being held by that defender or player, whatever his midfielder for West Ham player. He would have grabbed that ball. The fact that he's got hold of the ball meant that he would have got that in any given situation had he not been impeded. But you can't foul the goalkeeper, and the succession of fouls, which has been proven by VAR. I mean, and let's be fair, Tone, there's been a few dodgy decisions since that game, but no one said absolute boo to a goose because it's not Arsenal.
No.
So, but you have to look at the rules, you have to look at the passage of play, and it's been cleared up that they looked at every and also, sorry, Tone, I don't waffle too long because we want to get to the preview, but they actually, the assistant referee was suggesting a foul against Arsenal on a West Ham player. They were trying. That's why it took so long. People are like, how can it take so long? The VAR assistant ref, Tone, was trying to get a foul against Arsenal to state that, to get the goal to stand. That's what they were looking for. That's why it took so long. And then they realised there's a foul on the keeper here. We have to make the right decision. But they were looking at them fouls that West Ham fans are claiming about before even looking at it, trying to get that as the foul in the box as opposed to it being a foul on the keeper, Tone. So there's your answer. VAR did not want to give. They wanted to give West Ham the goal, and they were trying every way. The assistant refs were trying every way to try and find a way around it, mate.
Yeah, and as you said as well, there's been some dodgy decisions outside of our fixture.
And listen, I'm not saying as well, Tony.
115 charges FC. Only that stuff weren't. I mean, I watched the FA Cup final yesterday, and I'll tell you what, I'm not a lover of Chelsea, but there was a few decisions there they got done up against, really. So
can I say that Kushinov's done it against us?
How's he got away with that?
How is he continually getting away with shoving players down? And it's absolutely ridiculous.
He wasn't even looking at the ball. Joel Pedro was past him, and he's just gone bang. And
there's a few that falling over, Tone, but he is still knocking people. He done it to us, and we didn't get it. I don't know how the geezer's getting away with stuff at this moment in time, and it's an absolute joke.
Let's get this comment away. Count Doku, good evening, mate. How are you?
Evening, Count. You all right, matey?
Apologies again for shouting when you was behind. I think I made everyone jump. So sorry about that, guys. I was just so overwhelmed on last Sunday with the game.
Stressful one, mate.
Honestly, it was one of the most stressful games I've seen. Oh, bloody hell! Since the Villarreal game, Champions League semi-final, that was a stressful game because it was 1-0, remember? And it was tight. But and I think what made it so stressful was we don't always get them decisions. So as soon as that goal goes in, I think everyone was with me thinking, "Oh God, the league's gone now." But anyway, look,
it was one. It was that's when it was 1-1. You're like, we're going to need a miracle now. So
look, Count Doku, he said something that I was actually. Agree with actually as well. I'm only going to say this. Going to only say this once per season. Listen to Gary Neville. It was never a goal. Yet, Gary Neville on the contrary.
I don't know what he's after, Tone. If he's after a redemption arc, but he said it. He said it weren't a goal. Didn't he? I mean, fucking hell.
Yeah, but in the comments he was going, "It's a foul on the keeper. It's a good. He's got to give that as a foul." And I'm like, Jesus Christ, are you all right?
You know what it was? This is the thing is, the laws of the game have been applied, and because it's Arsenal, everyone's kicking up a stink, and West Ham fans hate us because of Declan Rice. So they want it to be, they wanted it to be a foul.
I'm assuming your buddies from work won't be on this channel tonight.
Well, I mean, listen, I've told them anyway. If they are, good evening. We do appreciate it anyway. But it is, listen, I'm not talking you know, I'm not talking absolute rubbish. There's a hell of a lot of West Ham hate. I mean, with the father-in-law who sort of liked Arsenal, if he starts to turn, it's something, you know, if it's Mikel, if it's whatever it might be. But West Ham fans for some reason hate us. So they it's kind of, it makes it worse. I mean, the media fallout tone for this, it's just absolutely ridiculous. And a few thinking they're lumping in, even more people are lumping in now, and more pundits, in journalism. You know, it's gutter journalism.
We'll get to the preview shortly, but I'll say one thing. Listening to Talk Sport, Richard Keys, and Joe was really good. Richard Keys and the Bomberhole was talking, and it was like, you know, Arsenal getting these decisions, basically saying that it's correct. They was accusing the refs of being a little bit biased, and an Arsenal fan called up and absolutely rattled Richard Keys. He went to him. No one's saying anything about Bernardo Silva punching someone in the back blatantly.
Yeah.
Right? No one's talking about other stuff but Arsenal. Why is it always Arsenal you guys talk about? You're always digging out Arsenal. And he went, no, I'm neutral. He went, no, you're not. You're not neutral.
Yeah, there's not a hell of a lot.
He went, I'll say this when we went to the preview. And he went to you, Gabby. He went, you're only hating on Arsenal because you couldn't play for us and you was shit. They cut him off. I was like, whoa.
Brilliant. Yeah.
Oh, brilliant.
Listen, the thing is with these, this is what I say. I mean, we got our regular viewers and anyone that catches up later as well, which we would do appreciate. And I'm pleased, as Tony says, drop the likes. But you know, I've said before and I've said again with they're gutter press time, and the stuff going on X. Anyone that follows me on Twitter, that's I'm making the comments, and that's also, you know, whether it looks like I'm trying to get into a row or not. But some of the stuff that some of these guys say is just absolutely ridiculous tone, and it's journalism as well. And it's just a joke. It's a joke how much they lump in. But you know, you have to, unless sort of like with this, you know, we're trying to get people come and have a chat on the channel, have a look at the Gooner Booth, come recognise us, but don't let them bother you guys, and I wouldn't let it bother you, Tone. Really, I do it to put this channel out there. Come and chat with the Gooner Booth. You know what I mean? You want to talk your bollocks? Come talk it on our channel. They won't do it anyway, but that's what I do it for, Tone. And some of the stuff out there, mate. Yeah, it's you know. It's crazy, mate. It's crazy how they lump in, and we just got to ignore it, mate. It's funny as well. Just hold it until to the right moment, you know.
Yeah, well, we've got 2 weeks. 2 weeks.
Got some big games. Some big games.
It could potentially change the history of our club. There's no bigger statement than that.
Yeah.
Right? Count Duck has put West Ham getting relegated is bad for London taxpayers. They are going to pay less rent while taxpayers manage to increase upkeep. Yeah, because the Olympic Stadium, isn't it? So it'll come out of government.
It's a taxpayer stadium, mate. Yeah, exactly. That, I mean, that's the thing. I mean, listen. I mean, my father-in-law will say the same, and I think we was talking about it yesterday. You know, like the likes of like Chelsea saying they're a badly run club. You know, West Ham again, Tottenham as well. Tottenham has been struggling once Levy's gone. You know, West Ham as well at the top. It needs a kind of a reset. You know, and having that kind of size stadium in the Championship is going to be a crazy one. But listen, I mean, it's obviously not done. But I don't know. Did Tottenham play today?
No, they played Tuesday because Chelsea played in the final, didn't they? So they played Tuesday.
So they got. Sorry, that's it. Right. So they got Chelsea.
City go away to Bournemouth.
And City go away to Bournemouth. I mean, you know, listen, it's not done. But I mean, West Ham are. You know, they're going to struggle.
And they lost today, didn't they? 3-1 to Newcastle. So that won't.
So, you know, it's going to be a tough one. But listen, you know, the club West Ham, you know, it's kind of been on the decline, and you know, it's from top to bottom. So as it was pointed out to me yesterday, which I'll make the point, we had it with the Cronkies tone that weren't back in Wenger, and you know weren't putting. You know, there's a lot. This club as well has only just kind of gotten level footing in the last couple of years. In terms of trying to where we wanted to be, but we was in the gutter for quite a while. So, you know, if they got to go down, you know, they got to go down and reset, haven't they? So.
Yeah, look, on to tomorrow, mate.
Yeah, let's do this,
come and
mate.
join
Yeah,
us for
let's
the watch
sound.
along, guys. It's 7:45 kickoff, by the way, not 8 o'clock, which is really annoying. So
Is it
come and join us.
7:45?
They've changed the kickoff time, mate. Yeah.
Oh, I better get there early then, son, 'cause I'm at the stadium, and I.
Yes. Come and join me tomorrow. I'll keep my antics to a minimum. I won't be shouting and scaring the crap out of people.
Yeah, look for me behind the goal, Tone. You'll see me there. I'll be the guy going crazy.
8 o'clock.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I was thinking something. It was 7:45.
I was going to say, look, it's 8 o'clock. Yeah.
All right, 8 o'clock then. Yeah, come and join me, guys, for the watch along tomorrow. It's massive game. I don't know if you guys have Kyle Walker coming out going. Everyone fears Arsenal, but we don't fear Arsenal. So he's trying to play mind games for.
Have you? I mean, Bernardo Silva's on it. You got the crap from Pep. I mean, listen, this is what they're trying to lump in. No one, not 1 meter. No, they do not want to see Arsenal win because they know what's coming, and they deserve everything of what's coming. But we have to do the job, and we know. I don't want to sound like Kevin Keegan at all, but we got to get the job done. So that's all I'm going to say. Because there's going to be, it is going to knock some I'll spit my words out in a minute. It's going to knock some noses right out of joint if we do what we need to do. It's 3 finals. Mikel said it after the Man City game, and this is now we're getting to the crunch part. It's 3 more finals to live the dream, and these players are more than capable of it. And that's just key tomorrow, mate. Key, quick start on him and shut Kyle Walker up. He'll more likely end up turning up, trying to turn into Prime Cafu or something, wouldn't he? The twat.
Oh, they will. They'll probably put 5 at the back. They'll frustrate us. And the worrying thing about this game, Wayne, is Burnley are already relegated. So to them, it's more like they've got a bit of freedom to play.
Yeah.
They've got nothing to play for. And this is my only worry with this game is that we've got everything to play for and they've got nothing. And they're gonna. It's a free hit for them, right? And they're the worst sort of games to play when you're under pressure.
Yeah.
So, but look, a win, Wayne, and we need to beat Burnley very comfortably, right? And I think we're capable of doing that if we start early.
I think an early goal just to quiet. I think there's
quite nerves down. I think the crowd's been brilliant lately. I think it'd be another. When I went to the Fulham game, right? That was the last home game in the Premier League, I believe. The crowd was awesome, right? They've got behind them. The atmosphere was electric. It got everyone going, and the early goal was just the first half, 3-0 in the first half. Just absolutely, it killed the game off. We need something similar. Just need a quick start.
Definitely, Tone. That's 100%. I mean, that's reflected in the team I've picked tomorrow. What I would go for, Tone. Because it's just not in any disrespect, but obviously we'll get to that point. But I think it's vitally important that we go for it tomorrow. No handbrake on. You know what I mean?
Jay, good evening, mate. Welcome to the channel.
Hello, mate. Welcome, bud.
As an Arsenal fan, I'm predicting for the next 2 games: Arsenal 8, City 2. Arsenal win the Premier League title. I kind of wanted Tottenham relegated. It's upsetting.
Yeah. Listen, I'd love an 8-0, but I mean, I'd go for something a little bit more modest. But listen, I think they did. It's one of the other things. But you get the goal, Tone. I mean, it would just knock the wind out of him.
So I was talking to someone about this, right, and I'm in a complete agreement with him. He said to me, "If we win the Premier League, let me know in the comments about this comment as well. Let me know your thoughts on this. If we win the Premier League, right, we go into that Champions League game as a free hit."
Yeah.
Right, I know. Don't get me wrong. I know it's a Champions League final, but I think we've got more of a chance of winning that Champions League final if we win the Premier League. If we don't win the Premier League, I don't think we win that Champions League final. I think we just completely fold as this season. So with the Champions League. If we don't win the Champions League, we've got the Premier League. It's more like, right, we go again. We rebuild. We go again next season. That's why I think it's so important that we win this league. And we're so close, mate. We're so close.
No, 100%. And listen, we've all, we've had it all. I had a guy at work, and he said, "Oh, it's obviously just a coping mechanism, I mean, he says he comes onto this channel as well, whether he's watching in the background. He was trying to, play it down because nobody wants to see us win, and because we are the banter club. We've been the banter club for years. You know, I mean, I'm getting bantered by West Ham fans, and West Ham are almost going to be relegated this year. But I'm being bantered as an Arsenal fan. You know,
Nuts, isn't it, when you think
you know
about
what I mean? And it's nuts. It's crazy if you think about it. But this is the way the club has been. You know, why'd you ban it? Oh, well, I don't like Arteta and blah blah blah. I mean, I think it's elevated since people said they don't like Arteta. I think it's elevated since we got Rice. I've had
it.
a lot of West Ham fans say, "Why has he gone to you? He's not going to win anything." And this is another one as well, because you know Declan Rice is a phenomenal player, and if he wins it with us, he can just keep a lot of things, you know, still. And it is the media don't want it, rival fans don't want it, and the fact, as I said in this channel many a time, and I'm not going to go into 115 charges FC. I've said a hell of a lot that they don't need to be anymore, but they, the default, like our rival fans. They are the default team to go to. No one gives a crap now that City won the FA Cup. City are not going to be
Yeah.
remembered for winning the FA Cup or the League Cup,
Yeah.
right? All they've done in the League Cup, they stopped us from winning the trophy so we can shut people up. So that's their default. And it's the same with, say, with Chelsea. Chelsea fans, right, when they lost 3-0 to City, there are some fans online celebrating because they might help towards stopping Arsenal. Man City, this is the team that have got charges over their head, unresolved, and people are defaulting to that team for winning tone, you know. So we have to shut that up as well. But they know what's coming if we win, and we need to. There's 3 games. There's 3 games that we need to get over the line. All finals, Tone. You know, these boys are
Yeah.
capable of it. You know what I mean?
Billy Karim, good evening, mate. I hope I'm
Hello,
butchering
lady.
your name. Boys, if Arteta wins no trophy, is it time for change? Now, I'm gonna. Sorry, Wayne. I'm just gonna say what I said. I had this question a couple of weeks ago, didn't we, Wayne? And I said, I'm not only going to judge him at the end of the season, and I think that's fair, considering that we're sitting here today with 2 titles within our reach. So, and I think it's only fair to judge him at the end of the season. If we go trophyless, then I think it needs to be looked at. That's what I'm going to say for now. But if he wins the Premier League and doesn't win the Champions League, or vice versa, then I think he deserves another season. But let's judge him at the end of the season.
It is judgment. What I'd like to say, Tone, I mean, and listen, you know on this channel that
thank you for your comment.
And yeah, thank you, man. And for me, I think, you know, you've got to look at it. I've said before and I've said again, and you know, you said it with our mate on the chat, and you gave him, and everyone who joins this channel, yourself included, Ben as well, you're all entitled to an opinion because it's a free world, and I will not be challenging it or changing your mind. What I will say to you, in my opinion, which is not to change anyone's mind in terms of it, if it turns as a blank, you're a fan's going to sit there and go, he's got to go, when a manager has taken us yet again to the promised land. And I get that getting it over the line, you know, at the end of the season, let's see, we're in for 2. But if he doesn't do it, people are going to go, oh, actually, you know what, he's got to go. He's got us to a Champions League final, right? Last year, we were challenging up until the semi-final and we didn't have enough for PSG. We had no strikers. We didn't have any, like Saka was out. You know, we were struggling last year and he still managed to pick us up to get to the semi-final. But people are going to go, whatever happens, if the worst case scenario happens and he doesn't win it all, or doesn't win anything, fans are going to go, yeah, he's got to go. He hasn't won anything again. I mean, you have to put it in perspective that we are in a much better position than we would have been under Emery, because Emery, you know, whether he wins it with Aston Villa, he might do because he's done it with Sevilla, but he wasn't a big team manager. Look what he's done for Aston Villa. Come December, he's better than Arteta. Come March, no one says a word because they're struggling. You know, that's the manager we had after Wenger. You know, and Wenger was the kind of one that he was more concerned with the club staying financially afloat than being the manager of the team. So he would manage this team financially more so than worrying about the players. So, and that's what his concern was. While this club now and the Cronkies have been pumping money into the football club, supporting Arteta. We got the right man in Berta. You know, it's a fine line, and that's all I'm saying. anyone is entitled, in yourself included, Bones, for an opinion. But for me, I'm looking at it and the fact that this guy, where this guy's taken us to from where we were from, and I think we need to stick with him, regardless of what happens. But that's my opinion.
Yeah.
And it's not that anyone else is entitled to the other one, but that's where I come from.
No, fair enough. Count Dockers, but definitely agree with that view. The Carabao Cup loss demotivated us against Southampton. Losing the Premier League will do the same for our final with PSG. Yeah, thank you, mate. Yeah, I do think that's going to be the trigger. I really do. I think it's going to be the trigger.
Yeah.
Jordan thinks spot on. Yeah. Cool.
Yeah, I mean, it is that tone, is it? And this is the confidence, mate. But listen, it's been 22 years. I have full confidence in this man, Tone, because I think it's long overdue. And the fact of the matter is, we cannot allow 115 charges, FC, and Pep Guardiola, who's had all the kind of money in the world for the last 10 years, to win his 20 trophies, and no one says a word. He's the greatest manager in the world.
Do you think he's gone in the season?
He was talking to BBC saying I got 1 year left. When those charges drop, and if there's a points deduction, he'll more than likely want to go to the next kind of vanity project where they'll support him again, Tony, and he can start winning trophies and still be lauded in the media. He won't want to be there, Tony, when they're struggling to stay in the Premier League because they've got all the points deduction. You
think he's going to get out while he can?
I think in the summer that he's not saying a word. I think he's keeping his powder dry. And it'd be an absolute travesty if we would allow that geezer to walk away with anything, even if he sees his contract out and stays another year, to walk away with a domestic treble. It's been an absolute joke. So we have to, rival fans don't want to hear it because they want us to lose. But we as a football club have to save football. That team cannot continue with that amount of charges. The charges are not resolved, Tone. They cannot be. We as a football club cannot allow them to win it. We have to do our business,
Yeah, Jordan's put, look at West Ham and Moyes took them to their first trophy in 45 years. Fans got at him for the style of football he left. Now they're about to get relegated. Don't be unpredictable. You're right. Yeah, I'm appreciative.
Yeah, listen,
he's getting Everton to Europe pretty much, isn't he?
But that's the case in point. It's a case in point, and West Ham obviously are not challenging up there. But that's only my point.
Be careful what you wish for. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, but that's it, mate. And all I'm saying to you is, that, Tone. We've known each other. We're cousins and we're friends and whatever, as well as cousins. But anyone is entitled to their opinion. I'd just say we have to have a bit of perspective as Arsenal fans. There's way too many people going, if you don't win it, I said there'll be a question. For me, it will be my only question if it doesn't happen is, are you going to sign the players that are going to take us over the line? But I have faith that we will do the business, Tony. This could be a special season, but these boys have got 3 finals, So let's judge as well. But yeah. I get the trepidation from a lot of people, but I think you have to realise where we were and where we are now.
Yeah, what a comment from Kandoka. If we win the Champions League, Kepa and Seedorf will be the only 2 players to win the Champions League 3 times. What a stat that is.
With 3 teams. 3 teams, sorry. With 3 teams. Yeah, exactly. I mean, listen, Kepa's got a remarkable one. So, people can judge him. I know, obviously, Raya's the number 1, but it's still a great stat. But well pointed out, Count Doku. Well pointed out, mate. I read that the other day, actually, so that's a good point to remind us.
Cool. Let's get into starting 11.
Let's go for it, mate.
Cool. Why have you taken Skelly out of the team, mate? Is he injured?
No. Listen, Listen, this is I love MLS. I love MLS. Listen, I don't think you should change much, but I think if you're gonna go get away to Crystal Palace, yes. But I'm thinking in this way to have Rice as the sitting midfielder and have Ødegaard playing as close to Eze as you can and absolutely bombard them, because I think Ødegaard come on and change the game against West Ham. We have to hold our hands up with that.
You know what?
And I said to you,
sorry, I didn't say that goal, Wayne. That goal, I don't think we've praised him enough for that.
He doesn't. He hasn't got enough praise. I mean, me and you haven't done it. Well, obviously, we haven't been on. And I mentioned it as what my thoughts were I wanted to chat more to yourself and you know and do it live. But listen, I mean, I said on his channel that we need Erdegaard to have moments. We need a moment, and that was one of the moments, you know. So this isn't a slight on MLS. It could be that if Calafiori's out, you might go for MLS at left back, Tone. But I just think don't be cautious. Don't allow Burnley any kind of breathing space. Suffocate them and win the game in the first half like we did against Fulham, and then you can start to relax on the 60-minute mark. You know, bring like the likes of MLS on, give Gyökeres a break with Havertz and vice versa, and Saka and whatever. But I'm only done that because I think I've said it before, a kind of left eight, if you like, a deeper Erdegaard with Eza as close to Gyökeres as possible. But that's not me. That's not me dropping. I'm not dropping MLS for. I'm dropping MLS for a bit more of a creative thing as well, Tony. That's all it is.
Are you in the thought process as well that we're going to have most of the ball?
This is the one. That's what I'm saying. Sorry, guys. Excuse me. Have Declan Rice sitting as the lone six is what I'm thinking of, and get MLS a bit more. You know, you can obviously look to maybe go Trossard, take Trossard off. You know, put Eza to the left, Erdegaard a bit further forward, and get MLS in to shore it up in the second half. But all it is, Tony, is as much as you shouldn't change too much, and that's the only change, I'll make it because I think we need to be on the front foot straight off. Erdegaard gives you control. Eza gives you these special moments. Trossard's is in a purple patch now, and the other two speak for themselves. So yeah, get Rice sweeping it up. Get Eza and Erdegaard as close to each other as possible.
As long as we don't see Rice at right back, what the hell was he doing at West Ham? What the hell was that?
You know what though, Tone? You can't defend him for that sub, but you can defend him for rectifying it. He lost himself a sub. Mosquera was the natural one. He brought Supermendy on. It didn't work. He rectified it and changed it as well. But listen, Mosquera, we have to say as well. I know, you know, Benny White's obviously out for the rest of the season now. He's not going to make the last 3 games. Timber's struggling. He's kind of done. So it's Mosquera. I mean, listen, it's a shame, but I think those boys, you know, let's lift some silverware at a minimum. If Benny White's sort of like moving on come the summer, let's lift some silverware with him. You know, let's do it, sort of thing. It's a shame, massive shame, because he's starting to pick up form, which is standard for Arsenal. You know.
Yeah, no, true. I think Trossard and Calafiori on that left-hand side have been brilliant. You know, against West Ham, I think if Ben White doesn't get injured and disrupt the flow of the game, because obviously he can't.
No, 100%, Tony. We would have taken control in that second half, dude. Yeah,
I think we would have been about 2 or 3 up before
Bones.
time.
We wouldn't. This is the thing. I mean, obviously, it's the Benny White disruption, and I think that's the thing that I think kind of, you know, because we didn't want to have that kind of decision. We needed to be 2-0, 2-3-0 up. And if that is given or not given at the game, it's not going to matter because we've won it. But the fact it was only 1-0 meant it become a bit more controversial than it was. Love the team, guys. Yeah. Should be rest Rice. Count, to be fair, what I'll do, give it 60 minutes, 60, 70 minutes. See, you know, let's get the game won. And then I think you can bring Supermendy on and take Rice off, mate.
Yeah, he won't rest him. And I get the.
I think. Listen, I know what you're saying, Count, and obviously we have an eye on the Champions League. But listen, we've got 22 years of hurt with the Premier League. Let's get this league. Let's get the best team we can. Put the team out there, and look, Bournemouth away, Man City away. Let's see what Bournemouth have they got anything? They might not, Tone, and we have to win our own thing, but. Let's win our own thing first. And if that means, you know, 60, 70 minutes of Rice, you know, they've had 8 days off, Count. Well, so don't forget.
One thing I would say, Wayne, on the Bournemouth game is Brighton and Everton have dropped points today, vital points. And that will only give Fulham Bournemouth that boost to secure that last Champions League.
Iriola comes to the bloody Emirates, right, and does that game plan. Totally disrupts the way we play. I mean, we were poor as well, so we played into their hands. But it's like he's more than capable of upsetting the Guardiola team. And this team isn't at the top level of previous Guardiola teams, Tone. You can get them.
I mean,
You know,
Chelsea were crap yesterday, but there was moments in the game where Chelsea could have really exploited
City are going to
them.
give. We had moments against City, and Chelsea are going to give you moments. It's just that the second goal when we played them, the second goal kind of took the wind out of the game. You know, but
Yeah,
you know, it's all sort of like, you know, swings and
yeah.
roundabouts with them. You can hit them and you can get them. There's a weakness there, that you can sort of like, you know.
I'm just looking at the league table. Bournemouth are 4 points from Liverpool. So if they win, that race for fifth, which is the
They
last
can
Champions
take
League
it to the
spot,
last game.
goes to the last game. Goes to the last game. So Bournemouth are going to be well up for that. Even Brighton have dropped points. They're 53. They're 2 points behind them. So what they don't want to do is put themselves under pressure. They want to create that gap. So they've got to be up for that. Surely, they've got to be up for that.
Listen, look, all I can hope, as I
we
say,
should be relying on other teams. We should be.
no. Listen, we need to win ours. But this is that'll be our only chance. Bournemouth are our only chance for them to drop points. They will. Unai Emery will roll over like he's a little puppy dog for Pep when it comes to Arsenal. So we cannot rely on that. But listen, we have to win both of our games. But look, if all Bournemouth need to do is hold out for a draw and the title, and we need to win our game, and then the title's ours, Tone. So let's see, mate.
Yeah, no, that'll be really good if we go into that Crystal Palace game with the pressure off, so at minimum a draw, and we've won the league. Look, I think Bournemouth can get them, you know. So that big game, we're keeping a close eye. Let's go and win tomorrow.
We have to. It's but we have to win. We have to win tomorrow. I mean, we are more than capable of it. But as I say, I should imagine that the Burnley manager, sorry, will be wanting to kind of shut up shop, Tone, and damage limitation sort of thing and frustrate. So it's vitally important he plays a team that's open and gets them on transition and turns and keeps them facing their goal as opposed to facing ours and getting a bit of confidence, you know. And that's why it's not any kind of, not me, it's just with MLS. I just think get Erdegaard and Eza on there with Rice sitting, just for an attacking sense, and then MLS, you know, MLS is vital to the way we play when we want to control to take the game, and he'll be vital, I think, more so playing against Crystal Palace if we need to go there and get something. But let's go at this Burnley team, open them up a bit, Tony.
Yeah, Cam looks a very good point here. Unai Emery would roll over for City, like Palace would roll over for us, 10 million as a bonus. Yeah, put the youngsters. If I'm Crystal Palace, just put the youngsters out. Let's go. Look, I'm gonna get 10 million.
You know. I'll tell you one thing. I'm not saying they will.
That's a no-brainer.
I'm not saying they will, but Crystal Palace love Eza. Those fans have not said one bad word, and not one Crystal Palace fan has slagged Arsenal off like West Ham, digging us out or whatever. The Crystal Palace fans, you know, they love Eza for what he's done. Wished him good luck for his Arsenal move. Right? You might find an odd straggler here and there, but I would tell you right now, whereas you will in any kind of fan base. But honest to God, Tone, the majority of it, I've not heard them say anything. They're just, you know, listen, you won us the first trophy in 100 odd years or whatever it was for Palace, you know, and fair play to them there. It's good to see actually that FA Cup. They beat City and a proper English club with a bit of history and not cheating behind it, won the FA Cup, and Eza was vital to that. So, you know, I'm not saying they'll roll over. I'm saying how fitting would it be for some of them Crystal Palace fans to say, you know, thank you, Eza, and they can celebrate and clap him off the pitch with a Premier League title, Tone, you know? It could be, you know, it could be written in the stars.
Yeah.
Let's see.
Yeah. Well, let's see.
Let's keep them fingers crossed.
Yeah, Joe, what? I'm doing the
Dream come true. We waited too long. As much as I can, if I can, I will try. I mean, obviously, they need to sort it out in the stadium. I mean, you've got 60,000 seat stadium, and I get no signal whatsoever. So I can't, you know. But if I can take some videos that will aid, I will drop them to Tony. You can drop them in a video at some point, or drop them on the channel after.
Drop me them at half time. I'll play them in the half time chat with the guys. But yeah, look, look. You think Burnley on paper this should be a comfortable win, but we do stuff the hard way, so I'm not taking anything for granted.
We do, matey, we do, but we have to leave it all on the pitch. In these last 3 games, these boys have done so well to get where they are. don't let this season end up being a damp squib, because they've worked hard. They played we've played the most games in Europe, Tone, right? And that is a fact. That's a statistical fact. And I'm not bull crapping anything. It's in the stats, Tone. So just go out there. These players, they won't watch this channel. Be nice if they did. But my thing is, go out there, leave nothing to chance. Just leave it all on the pitch. It's all the best.
Well said. Well said. Wayne, predictions.
3-0 to the Arsenal. I like to go there with a 3-0. I'm going there. I'm there. It's my last game. It would have been lovely to have won the game and celebrated, and I might have had about 2 hours kit before I get up for work. It's not going to happen, Tone, but I'll still cheer them boys on. But 3-0 to the Arsenal.
Yeah, Wayne, Camp Book has got a request in there. A few live reels from the Insta would be appreciated too, Wayne. Get them in.
Listen, Count, you know we appreciate you, my friend, and obviously spread the word. I mean, we try as much as we can. Insta, some of the videos me and Tony try to do, it's not really compatible with it. But listen, I will try my best, my friend. But we always appreciate any kind of platform you log into. So thank you, Count.
Legends. My prediction, I'm going to go 2-0 because I think they're going to be quite tight. I think Burnley are going to sit in and try and frustrate.
Yeah.
I think Kyle Walker's got an affinity with City, so he's going to try and get his team, rally his troops up for this game.
Yeah, it'd be lovely to see him make a silly challenge, get sent off, and see you later. Off you go, Carl.
It'd be absolutely
go
great.
Back down to the Championship, mate.
Yeah.
Listen, I mean, I've got a friend, I've got a really, really nice bloke at work who's a Burnley fan, and I wouldn't wish ill on him, but it's just, when Carl Walker's running his mouth, that's when I kind of have to take offence to it. But Burnley as a whole have never kind of offended me. It's just when you got him running his mouth, Tone. But let's do the business. Let's be professional. Stay humble. Do the business.
Yeah. Cool. On that note, guys, smash the likes up. Thank you for joining tonight. Thank you for all your comments. I'll be online for the watch along tomorrow. Come and join me. I don't know who's commentating on Sky Sports, but I hope it probably will be Gary Neville, I'd imagine.
Carries on. Just mute them, Tone, if they're frustrating you.
Although he's after the West Ham game, he weren't too bad. I can't believe I'm saying this, but he weren't too bad.
Stop it.
Drinking either. I don't know what's going on there, but but I'm sure that will switch around. But look, guys, thank you for tuning in, and we'll see you tomorrow. Take care.
Guys, all the best. Thanks again. All the best.